Hey all, here at OS Reviews, you're watching our hands-on review of the Bluedio T6 Turbine. The Turbine have been a very popular line of low-cost Bluetooth headphones for this Chinese manufacturer, and it's kind of crazy that we're on the 6th generation already because we reviewed the 2nd gen back in 2015, so in that short span we've seen many iterations. The T6 now has active noise cancellation built in, which was actually first introduced on the T5, but these claim to have refined the process to make the ANC work even better, and they also have a new trick, which is a companion app that you can download for your smartphone that claims to have AI voice searching capabilities. It's basically just using the microphones, and then you can tap on it to access, say, Alexa or Assistant using these headphones. The pricing is still very competitive, like most of Bluedio's products. It retails for $70, but the street price is as low as $50 right now, making them very affordable. Packaging here quite simple. Now, something else that's really neat is they use the latest Bluetooth version 5.0, and as a result, they're very energy efficient. They claim up to 32 hours for music playback, which is insane. That might be one of the highest numbers I've seen yet. Bluetooth 5.0 also has better latency, so there's no more delay between the video and the audio, so you can finally use these to watch action films and movies with more comfort. Inside the packaging, we have just the headphones right on top. Now, they come in a few different color versions. The one we have here is just the regular black, but there's another one that's yellow and another one that's red that has a very colorful accent on the plates. So if you want something that's a bit more distinctive looking, you can pick those other color options. We have the headphones on top, and in here we have the accessories, including a Type-C cable for charging. Here's that aforementioned USB Type-C cable, and there's also a soft carrying pouch for the headphones. And take a closer look at the design. So one thing that Bluedio has improved on is ergonomics. These are more comfortable than ever because the ear cups have been enlarged in terms of their size. So they're now completely over the ear style, kind of studio style, so your ears will rest inside and you can wear them for hours and hours without noticing any stress or strain. Otherwise, they don't necessarily fold down, but they can fold flat, and you can also pull on the headband here to have very fine adjustments for, again, depending on your head size, to get a more comfortable fit. So if we do a quick size comparison of these with some other headphones, including the Turbine T3, which we saw in 2016, the biggest difference here is probably the weight. Again, the turbines have always sounded good for the money. The T2 were good, but they were a little plasticky in terms of construction. And the T3 came out, but they were really heavy because the entire thing was made out of aluminum. It was almost twice as heavy as the average headphone. So the T6 hopes to iterate and improve on all the things they've done before, giving you a very polished experience. So we have this interesting metal plate that reminds me of a vinyl disc, pretty attractive. The arms here can bend a little bit to give you some room for movement. And we also have on the other side access to a dedicated power key. There's also a switch that you can access to turn on ANC independently. So when the green light is on, that means ANC is turned on. The bottom here features a Type-C port for charging. There's also one of the microphones for voice searching, and nothing else on the other side. The padding on both the headband as well as on the cushions themselves is also really thick and generous, super comfortable, made out of this protein leather material that doesn't really accumulate too much heat and also makes it, again, ultra comfortable. So as a whole, I would say that these are really nicely designed headphones, especially as budget-oriented pairs, because they look distinctive, very different shape from anything I've seen, but at the same time they feel quite high quality because of the aluminum and the metal that they're using, but it also isn't too heavy, so I think that they found a great balance there. So let's move into sound quality next, which is the most important thing. And I have to say that, as usual, Bluedio is doing a really fantastic job. Now, we've reviewed two other active noise cancelling headphones in the past few weeks. Cough Cough, MPOW, Cohen / Mighty Rock, and those were also selling for about $50, so the price point is roughly the same. And I have to say that these absolutely blow those other budget ANC headphones out of the water. So first of all, there is a ton of bass on these headphones, which have been characteristic of Turbine headphones in the past. But on these, they're more balanced than ever. There's still a ton of nuance in the mids and highs. So if you're playing back, a classical music track, if you're playing back something that has many layers of sound, you can clearly articulate between all of the various layers. So that means vocals are crystal clear. It also means that bass, if you're looking for that, is also present and will satisfy even bass heads. So really high praise there in terms of the audio quality. Now when it comes to how they perform maybe next to audiophile grade Bluetooth headphones like the Liner AC80 that we reviewed a few weeks back, I would say that they come very close and they're almost par on par. So that really is a testament to how well Bluedio have done in terms of making the sound super good. When it comes to the active noise cancellation, they are also improved, better than on the T5. They're still not going to be maybe to the extent of Bose Quiet Comfort headphones, but they get, again, very close. They block out about 90% of ambient noise, and that includes mostly lower frequency sounds, such as engine noises. So if you're on an airplane, if you're on a bus or a train, all of that sound instantly goes away. Now, active noise cancellation as a technology doesn't block out people talking and, higher pitched noises. So you still will hear that leak in a little bit. In addition, all the characteristics of Bluetooth 5.0 ring true, such as pretty much zero latency. So if you're watching back an action sequence on a movie that you're streaming through Netflix or YouTube, there is no delay between the video and the audio. They are mapped together really well. And I also didn't have any issues in terms of playing and pausing the track because there's no static or distortion. It doesn't randomly pop off in terms of the sound. Whenever you resume a music, it slowly fades in, but it also is really quick. So it's not uncomfortable or unpleasant to frequently, play and pause the track. So again, they've done a really great job. And I think Bluetooth 5.0 as the newest technology has a big role in making the sound super good. So the final thing to just take a look at would probably be the app that Bluedio have designed, and this is what it looks like. I've scanned the QR code. You can download it for both iOS and for Android, and it's a kind of primitive looking interface. It's not super polished looking, but you're basically able to log in and create an account. You're also able to log into your other profiles, such as your Amazon account, and you're able to select various voice AI assistants, whether it's Amazon Alexa, whether it's Baidu, if you want to try out a Chinese kind of AI assistant, depending on what language you speak, and you're then able to just tap on the headphones, and using the microphone, you can just talk into it. Speaking of, the microphones sound all right. I wouldn't say that they're the best sounding in the world, especially in a super crowded environment. But in a moderate environment, maybe you're in your own room, they already sound pretty good, and you can definitely use them to make and answer phone calls without too many issues. Something I do want to point out though is these headphones don't have quite as many controls as maybe the typical pair would. The wheels on the side here are actually not touch sensitive, so you don't really have additional keys such as skip track, which you would typically find maybe on other larger headphones and things like volume adjustment. So you have to do that through the phone, which I found to be a slight quirk. So that's pretty much it as far as our hands-on review of the Bluedio T6 Turbine. I do think that the 6th generation are the best yet in terms of refining things. They played around the weight from making it too plasticky at the beginning to too heavy in the 3rd generation, and finally getting it right now in the 6th gen. Active noise cancellation continues to improve, and I think that it does a pretty decent job here, but the most impressive thing has to be the sound. It might not be true audiophile grade if you pit it against $300 or $500 headphones, but at the same time, as far as wireless headphones are concerned, they sound really clean, with a lot of detail as well, with both the mids, highs, and the bass. So there's plenty to like here, even if you're a bass head, regardless of what genre you're listening to, regardless if you're using these for casual use or for more close listening. I think that you'll be definitely pleased at this affordable price. And again, so you can check out more details about these in the links down below, but for now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the ultra comfortable but also surprisingly good sounding Bluedio Turbine T6 wireless ANC Bluetooth headphones.